Street downtown.
Yeah.
They had the best. They had the best peach cobbler. You walk down them stairs, and that's where the restaurant was at. They had the best.
Man,
peach
you just
cobbler.
walk down the street. Shoot, you
Dude.
walked in front of the place. You walked in there because it was smelling good. And I
Right.
remember walking down there. You know, it used to be just when everybody was downtown though. You during Christmas time, and you walk down there, and you can smell the peanuts cooking and stuff. And I used to love them hot peanuts.
Dude said Solomon's Fish. Yeah, we remember. Man, come on. Man.
I remember Solomon's Fish. And Skyline was a restaurant. It was everybody came in there. I mean, and on the weekends, you know, people poured in there because we were the only establishment that was open 24 hours a day. The bar was open 24 hours a day. It was the only establishment in Gary that had a license that allowed an establishment to sell alcohol 24/7. We had to shut down 1 hour on Sunday. That was it.
That was it. Hey, Ella, the Skyline was for adults, right? Well, yeah, they did something strange for a piece of change later on.
So, don't forget the whole the Gotham. Was it the Gotham across the street? Gotham Hotel. Yes. The little motel across the street.
Hold on,
across the street.
Oh yeah, I saw some people who should have been in the Skyline with their wives, but were not their wives.
All day long, I'm there. $4
others.
Please. Hey, shout out to my man D Stark's show coming on after we done. Okay, I think he comes on 7:30. Okay, shout out to that guy. That's the sister show. What's up, boy? You got a lot of good stuff going on right there. So y'all support him, all right. Lewis said those were the days getting on the bus going downtown.
Oh man.
That was exciting when my mother would say we're gonna catch the bus downtown.
Oh yeah, that was exciting. Catching the bus. Now you can't catch me on no damn bus. I'm sorry.
I'm with you, bro.
Hey,
I haven't caught a bus in about 30 years.
I remember when we used to go to the boys' club, and we used to go get on the bus to go to the boys' club. Woo, man, that was a ride. That was something else because when you got to the door, it was packed. It was packed.
Ella said the Y restaurant, and real silverware and glass.
Yeah.
Hey man, check this out.
The Y had a restaurant? I never knew that one. That one you got over on me, Ella. I don't remember the Y having a restaurant.
D said that's an all-day process. You go 30 minutes down the street. Hey man, we had
on the bus.
We had Jackson's Rib House, man, over there. He changed his location. But that was
11th. It was on 11th in Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, right down the block from where my mom.
My dad loved that place.
Man, my mom still talks about it. She still asks me, but he says, Greg, can you go down to Jackson's Rib House and get me? No, well, they're not there now. And then they moved over on 15th Avenue.
And then you had the official mayor of GI.
Oh,
Sir
Mac. Yeah. Downey County. Yep. Byron said Gotham was the freak palace where barnyard behavior was normal. Oh yeah. Ella said he was privileged. He said getting on the bus going to the village. Oh, here go Lewis. He said we had the State Theater with the taco joint across the street and the Palace Theater. Right? I think, and then right around the corner we had the Glen, which was the Nasty Theater at the time. Okay, with the X-rated theater. I got a funny story. I got a funny story.
You know what? When I see that building, I always think about that. It was X-rated, X-rated theater for so many years.
I got a funny story.
New Year's Day, and they had those X's on that sign and that marquee going across to let you know this is X-rated.
And they had it in the newspaper. They, you used to advertise all of these movies in the newspaper. And they said the Glen XXX, okay?
You know what? I always thought YNW out there, the outside
drive-in.
That was X-rated.
The drive-in. It was.
You can drive by that anytime and look up, and it might be a big booty or something, or some boobs up on the daggone screen while you're driving.
That was after. Was it after 10 or after midnight? It was either after 10 p.m. or midnight when
Daddy
they
would not go down Broadway because it might be a booty or some titties on the screen.
Mo, let me tell you, man, they could be playing a Disney movie up there, okay? But my 68 Buick LeSabre with the it was bouncing, dude. I made sure I had a blanket in there all the time, man. Okay.
I remember the worst time I had was going there. The worst time I had going there, I had a bad battery in my car. And I had a system in my car. One little system we had back there. And I'm sitting there, waiting on the movie to come on. So I decided to jack my music up and play it. And pissed off so many people, it wasn't even funny. Just pissed them off. Time it got to go. Okay, well, click. All right. Now you're gonna sit out here for a minute. I was the second to the last car. Somebody finally came out in jumping cables and boosted me off.
Y'all, do they still have ditch day in high school? Cool. Do they still do that?
Wait a minute. Before we do that, Gina, let me tell you this funny story about the Glen.
Okay.
So again, they have the advertisement in the papers, right? In the newspaper. So you could get the Palace Theater, the State Theater, and then the Glen, they had the X-ray stuff. So my mom and her sister were looking to go somewhere one evening, and they said they're going to the Glen. They're going to see this. I forgot the name of the movie. It wasn't a Pam Grier movie. It was something else. They were going to see a movie. And me and my brother was like, "Ma, that's X-rated. I'm grown. I can go see what I want. We ain't worried about it."
She came back there like this.
Man, my mama came out there. She was pissed.
She didn't know what X-rated meant?
No. She's from Mississippi. She's down Mississippi. She's a good girl, okay? She didn't know what all that meant. I said, Ma, this ain't the one you want to go to. This ain't the one you want to go to.
Okay.
Do y'all remember on TV?
Yeah. I used to sell that. I sold that. My first job was on TV.
But Gina,
my third job was on TV.
Gina was talking about ditch day, though, okay? That's when we all just left school and went out and got in trouble, basically.
To the beach.
Went to the beach, went to wine.
Hanging out with all the seniors just ditched school that day.
Yeah. Bruce says, don't forget to help Gina Gaston register your award-winning book before May the 31st. Your story should be heard. He is absolutely right.
Thank
y'all
you, Bruce.
register them books, all right? Because
that's
May 31st is coming up real quick, all right? All right, so we sat up here and we talked about nostalgia back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. D Starks, hey man, we here. This is world-class service here, man. D Starks, this Thursday on the D Starks show, they got a listening letter that's going to have everybody talking. Imagine being married for 7 years, raising beautiful twin daughters, and then finding out that your husband has a secret child from before y'all even got married. But he never told you. He knew, so it wasn't much of a secret, but he never told you. Now he's ready for a family reunion, but she's trying to heal. Should she stay or should she go? Is she wrong for not wanting her kids to meet their secret sister? You don't want to miss this one. You don't want to miss her. So as soon as we out,
I hope the couple is on the show.
You ain't gonna come on now.
I don't think they're gonna
bring the couple on the show, D.
Come on,
with the twins. No, that's too much drama. That'd be way too much.
Y'all go to the D Star show. This is what
they should be healed by now.
But imagine that though for a second. You know, your husband didn't tell you that he had another baby. Y'all had y'all family that started, everything going cool, and then this skeleton jump up out the closet.
Yeah.
Woo. I don't know how that could fly.
There you go, Luke.
Luke said, work it out. Hey, Luke. I just want to know, is the beach still open?
He didn't tell no lie. He just didn't tell her.
He just didn't tell the truth.
He didn't tell a lie.
He didn't tell a lie, though. You know. Yeah, I think the beach is still open, Lewis. I think they redid the beach. I don't know.
Yeah, the beach is open. On one side is a marina, and then the other side is open to the public. I think they close early though, like 8:30. Around that time, the police is sweeping everybody up out of there. But I'm gonna tell you, it's more Illinois people out here than the Indiana folks. I'm telling you, They found this was a hidden gem, and that's all you see is Illinois plates. What really burns me is the fact that I live so close to the beach, and sometimes I have to pay to park. I just feel like, why should I have to pay to park out here? And I'm like 5 minutes away. That really burns me.
Hold up, wait, run that back, sis.
Yeah, they got meters out here, parking meters.
Whoa, hold on now. Parking meters where you live at?
Out by the beach.
Out by the beach. In other words, if she go to the beach, you got to pay to park.
Yeah.
Shit, I guess the beach won't be seeing my black ass anyway.
And that's only if it gets
the free space is gone, right?
You actually can park for free, right? Right there where where the concession stand is. You could park off, but by the time you get out there, those little they already taken. If you don't go early,
I'm gonna park at your house.
Music is booming, barbecue grills on, right?
I'm gonna park at your house and walk. All right. Thank you, Ella, for all your comments. We'll see. Okay. All right. Right about now, man. It's 7:30. It's halfway point of the show. This is Thursday. We did the talk about it Thursday, okay, but we want to leave you guys with some CEO nuggets. What are CEO nuggets? Clear your bowels, okay? Clear your head, clear your bowels, okay? Because we can ready to feed you, all right? Byron said real quick, when I got married for the first time at age 47, I got asked if I had any kids that were going to surface. And I made it clear that all of my kids are like Maxwell House coffee, good, till the last drop. Anyway, this woman has inspired people, and now she's national. She can go worldwide. Y'all don't understand how inspirational this person is, and what she tries to do is make you take control of your life, okay? Become the CEO of your life, your business, everything about you, okay? This is what she does. This is who she is. Everybody say, what's up to Ms. Rachel Gary. What's going on, sis?
Hey. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, sis?
Hello there, Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees.
What's going on, sis?
I can't even put the right fingers up. I'm
what is this finger for?
But that's what's up, man. Thanks for coming on every Thursday, man, inspiring us, leaving us on, because Thursday's the last day of the week for us, okay? And sending us off with some knowledge, us and the people, with some knowledge, okay? Stephen says, hello, Rachel.
Hello, Stephen.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for watching today.
So CEO, leadership coach, and author. Rachel Gary, what you got for us?
Hey, first off, I was listening to you guys and your conversation. You know, I always have to listen to it first to see what's going on in the world. And I was hearing about those first jobs. Yeah. It was funny because yesterday I was having a conversation about my first paying gig. I'll say it that way. And I was talking about the cornerstone, the cornerstones of the community being those small businesses that help little young kids like myself find employment and find a purpose. And I was having that same conversation. I just remember sweeping in front of Miss Christine's on 8.5, sweeping her store off 3 days a week. That started my work ethic of making sure that I knew to get money, I had to earn money. So it was a very good lesson.
Yeah, that's
to the pizza shop and all that. I was listening to that.
Yeah, but you know, evidently Stephen and Ella, they had to be rich when they was little, because Stephen's father or uncle, he said, owned the on the pizza shop, and Ella's uncle, he owned Jackson Rib House. So I mean, these some rich people. Okay? They had that thing.
Yeah, but when I was younger, my a bowling alley, a cleaners, and a distribution company.
Oh, I said your blood then. It comes easy, right?
Hey man, when I was young, we owned each other. That's all we had. Okay, hey dude, you my brother. We belong to each other.
It must have worked out, because look where you are.
Yeah, I had the jet, man.
I had not seen that trophy all week.
You haven't?
Oh, we put it up he put it up every day.
Yeah, he put it up real quick. I guess that was right before I come in, and then when I leave, it's gone. I don't know.
Gina, help her out. Can you help her out?
Let me see if I can help you out.
Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna put it in the corner too, Gina.
Celebrate excellence. Where's it at?
Where's telling us we don't do this, man. Come on,
there it is. Mo got his certificate after a year. He got it up there. I see it.
She said after a year. Look.
What it say on there? What it say?
Gina, you're up in the corner. It's right by your head, Gina.
Yes.
There you go. We're gonna leave that there. Okay.
I love the fact
we're gonna leave that right there.
We have to celebrate those things. We gotta celebrate those things.
500. I mean 500. I'm like Gina now, because Gina would say we had so much. Okay, no. We at
951 now, right?
951.
Well, you did better than me. I always say 100.
What'd you say,
Ray? Y'all over at 951.
We got it. So, Rachel, how do you push people, not push people, but inspire people to become CEOs of their lives?
I say this, I lead by example. I start there. I am the change I want to see in the world. And I remind, if that's what you're looking to do, on how to do just that. If you want to see something different, be someone different. You want to see I'll use something as simple as picking up garbage. My wife and I were talking yesterday about me spitting out gum. So she said, "What'd you do with the gum?" I said, "What do you mean? Did you spit it on the ground?" I said, "No, I see in the world. I don't litter because I don't want to see garbage on the ground." Mm-hmm. So that becomes my lifestyle. It is embedded in who I am at this point. So I just remind people that who you are is dependent on who you want to be. Mm-hmm. Who do you want to be reminded of? When someone talks about you, do you want to? Are you the person that you want them to talk about?
Right. That makes sense. Absolutely. So I've always wanted to ask you. Okay, so we've been knowing each other for a long time.
And I still can't get a phone call, but
y'all just lay on my faults, don't y'all? Y'all just lay on them.
It's so easy.
No.
Like a pillow, just laying on them. Anyway.
No, sorry. No. You know I had to talk about that phone call because I'm gonna send a pigeon for you any day now.
Hey, send me a picture of your phone. That's what you do. Then that way I'll be reminded to make a call. Anyway, we've been knowing each other for a long time, okay? And I'm just curious as how did you personally just say, okay, look, I'm tired of working it for everybody. This is what I really want to do. This is what I'm gifted. This is what God intended for me to do. How did you come to that realization?
After I'll say this, 2 years ago, when I really started noticing that leadership was getting, I don't want to say worse, that I was noticing that leaders were not in tune with the people that they needed to be to lead other people. I had grown in organizations where I had managers and then I was noticing that the biggest issues they were having is that they weren't integritists, or they had faults with themselves, that they couldn't hold other people accountable to standards because they didn't have standards. So it was a lot of just watching people falter because they didn't have the actual tools needed in their own life for growth. So now I'll say this, I can say that I am an intermediate person when it comes to being aligned and focused with who I want to become. To master that means that I know it all. I don't. I'm still growing and developing each day. But what I do know is that when you are self-aware, and that's aware of things around you that trigger you in a bad as well as a positive way. Self-care, knowing how to set clear boundaries with yourself. When you are self-disciplined and focused on your tasks and how to better yourself, you're able to be a better leader to others. So those are things that I put together, because my strengths when I was in leadership was putting together a plan and training other people to those plans. That is what got me promoted the very first time at the company Greg and I worked at. Me putting together a process, because we were doing inventory of 100 because of our system not being good. It was not. Right. It was flawed, and I just gave a process after watching it and said okay, and talking to the receiver and talking to the lead, and I just came up with a process, and that's exactly what I did for my coaching and mentorship program. Though I came up with the of getting the limiting beliefs out of your way, becoming a whole individual, knowing that you are worthy and worth it, and building your self-esteem. Because a lot of like bad relationships happen because you believe you're not worth more than the person that you're with. That's a self-esteem thing.
Yeah.
Knowing your self-worth. When you know that you're worth and you know your worthiness, certain things you're not going to allow in your space.
That makes so much sense. Okay. Let me ask you this also. Okay. So, so you're into it and you're doing it and you're starting to see results from what you do, or are you? How do you feel your progress has been from point A to where you're at now?
I'll say this. Over the last 2 years, I was just speaking about it, that it took me a year to get my very first client. Now I have 3. So I have 3 clients that I work with every single. I talk to every single week. We have a group session. Then once a month we talk about their specific goals. One young lady just gave me a testimony. I was very grateful for the testimony, because her testimony said, I just helped her learn how to be intentional. It was longer than that, but she just started her own company. She just decided to branch out from being an ambassador for someone else's company to start her own company and promote. She's a promoter. So she promotes a couple of parties within the Chicagoland area. But currently, people are coming to her for other promotion activities because of the moves that conversations we're having. And we're no longer handling business. We're now handling business.
Yeah, man.
So I said this. So we took those from those $5 thoughts that we were having. Now we're at like $25 thoughts. Right now, she's determining whether she's going to charge a higher ticket price for her event. She's in that type of demand. Wow, and all of that took place when the mind shift came that I need to take ownership for my steps and my growth. Okay. And when she said yes to her, things started saying yes to her. So I would say that from where I started 2 years ago to where I am right now, I definitely feel that I'm ultimately I'll say this, as people say, I'm booked and busy. I have this week I've been on 7. This is my 6th podcast of the week, and I still have 2 more. And that doesn't include my own radio show.
Right.
And to me, the point of it all was that allows other people to find their inner CEO. That was what it was all about. And to see and hear people repeat to me what I've been saying lets me know that my message is sinking in.
That's amazing. You know, one thing that I was looking at, and I said this is a little different. When you get a lot of these motivational speakers, and I use the 2 good fingers, all right, the motivational speakers out there, they say, I can make you, if you follow this, I can make you $1 million. Okay, you'll become a millionaire, right? You don't say that. You said you can help you get from poverty to 6 figures. All right, you're not telling everybody, hey, I can get you from poverty to millions. All right, tomorrow. Okay.
I said this in all honesty, and I want to be transparent. It is possible. I just told someone the other day, there's a 3-step play I can give every day of the week that you can get $100,000 in the next 90 days. That's a truism. But my thing is, do you have $100,000 90 days later? So after the first 90 days, you got the 100,000. Without the right mindset, that $100,000 starts dwindling very quickly. So I tell people, I'm not teaching you just to get the $100,000. I'm teaching you the mindset that is needed to take that and make millions. That's a different conversation. That's a different conversation.
That's right.
We're multiplying. I'm not gonna say, let's go get the bag. I know right now, I got a gentleman who can loan $100 million right now. I can make a phone call. Everybody can get $100 million if your credit score is at a certain amount. And your business.
Can you make that phone call?
But what do you do next?
Wrong way, Gina. Wrong way. I hear you right there. No, Gina, to the outside, okay? Gina, you got to do it the other way. Do it the other way.
This way?
There you go. There you go. She'll point. She pointing all over.
It looked right to me from my screen.
It wasn't right, okay? It wasn't right. But you know, it's coming up, y'all. On June the 15th, man. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. A new chapter begins. Will you be in the room where chains break and futures shift?
I'll be in the room.
This is Rachel. You're invited to an immersive book launch experience like no other, introducing Poverty to Six Figures. Break the Chain to Gain by Rachel Gary. She's sitting right there, y'all. A powerful journey from struggle to success, from survival to overflow. This isn't just about a book. That's what you need to understand. This isn't just about a book. It's about a movement, a moment where mindsets are transformed, financial ceilings are shattered, and the chains of poverty are broken. Come on, man. Y'all got to get out there. June the 15th. It's coming up quickly. Get out there.
It is. It is. I was just going over with my mentor, Dr. Stevens. We were going over some things that I'm doing, and at the I know that's right. Love that one, Bruce. Put that on a flyer, man. Love that statement.
yeah, absolutely.
I said this that what I'll say is that I am just overly joyed with the support that is going on out there. I mean, I have a group. There's a group of people coming from Atlanta. I have people that are coming from New York, a couple people coming from Miami, and I'll say this: the tickets that have sold are the people that are outside the area. Chicago, Indiana, Wisconsin, check in,
check in, y'all. Check in.
Always. That's always. We talked about that.
I promise you, it's not a book. When he says it's a movement, he read a chapter of the book, one chapter. We were going through the book trying to figure out what would be my sample chapter. He read the chapter that night. He immediately put the things in that chapter to action, because every chapter is an action plan. He put it to action, and right now he went from two clients to now he has 4. He has 2 more who are trying to find out how to work with him. Because the intention, the discipline, he can now handle those clients. So, it is that we're not talking about poverty to 6 figures only. We're talking about having the mindset shift. His mindset his mindset shifted, and once that mindset shifted, he immediately asked Bruce, please tell him if your income doubled or tripled in the last month.
That's what's up. I mean, I'm excited.
He just got paid today more than he was getting paid for a whole month.
See?
All right.
You didn't like this guy.
That comes from
you locked him in.
Discipline and being locked in. Right now, the other mentee, she went from having a party of her last party was standing room only. She didn't even have a seat. She had so many people in there that people were outside. Your
it's
mind,
a must,
when you
y'all.
shift your mind, you are capable of extraordinary things.
That's right.
I'm ready.
Here's the thing.
I'm ready to coach. Are you ready to take the information? June 15th, be there.
June 15th. Here's the thing, and she speaks from because I'm here. I'm a witness. I know what happened with her. I know from point A to point. I say B because the rest of the outfit is still waiting on you. I know. So she ain't lying, y'all, and she ain't just selling wolf tickets. This is real. And like Bruce said, June 15th warning. Tending may cause sudden income growth and unstoppable confidence. Watch out. You got to come, y'all. You got to go and support this because it's not only a movement for financial strategies. It's a movement for life, y'all. It can change your life. And I say this, I endorse this wholeheartedly. Go to this seminar. Go to this and you'll come out better. Trust me. If you don't, something wrong with you. You didn't open up your mind. You aren't intentional. All right. It's got to happen.
It was funny, right? Greg. It's funny. I was rolling by Lane Tech. I'm gonna post this later. I was rolling by Lane Tech, and they had a sign up, and I was like, look at the sign, and it said, "Change your mindset, change your life." And that's what the sign said. It was ironic. I took a picture of it because I say this all the time. Your mindset, guys. I was making $6.75 an hour. My mindset was like, okay, I'm all right. I mean, I'm able to do what I need to do. The second, and I say this with the utmost respect for myself. The second that I switched my mind that life could be different, make some changes in life. It changed.
Yeah.
It changed. Yeah. I was working on a bike line. The team leader of the bike line called across the street and told the manager that in 90 days, call me up and bring me over there. They had to lay me off because they didn't have a head count on their side. So he called a whole nother manager in a whole nother building and told him to hire me, come find me in 90 days. I was working for a whole nother company in 90 days. I was a supervisor at another company. He called me on the phone. I'm going to say his name. His name is Eduardo. And if you remember, I know you remember Eduardo from over there, Greg. Eduardo calls me. He says, take the position. I know it pays less than what you're making today, but you being you, you'll go further. I quit a job making at that. I left that company, went somewhere else, got promoted within 90 days. This was how my work ethic was. This was the mindset I had. I had went to a whole nother company. I got hired on, had gotten promoted in 90 days at that company. But because I trusted Eduardo and what he said, and he was 1,000% right. I came over there with my work ethic. Came there with, I wasn't trying to be better than anyone. I'm only in competition with one person, Rachel yesterday. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. You can't be in competition with anybody else because while you're worried about someone else, they're worried about themselves. So that's two people worrying about one person and you not worried about you. Grow you. Yeah. Grow you. Get the knowledge. Get the information. Take the opportunity for your growth. And that is when you move forward. $100,000 is not a long way away. Now I can say that not because I may need $100,000, but because it was only a thought process away. That was it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it is, okay. And when you make that first 100,000, it inspires you to make more. You don't want to stop the train from going. And it's not really about money. It's just to see how much farther you can take it. Okay. Yes. When I made that first $1 million, I was like, boy, look at this here. I went to the casinos and gambled a lot of it. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. But I came back and said, you know what? I ain't gonna do that no more if I make another one. So when you make the second one and you chilling and you say, hey, I'm good. You can do anything you want. All right. So, hey man, look, y'all got to get to that seminar. Okay. Poverty to Six Figures, break the chain to gain. All right. It's the truth, y'all, for real. Rachel, thank you for coming this Thursday, sending us out right.
That's so crazy. I think about where me and Greg was, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, and we was buddies then. Who'd have thought? 50 years from now, I'll still be talking to this guy. Hell, we've been on the
planet. Same thing with this one right here, man. We would touch bases every now and then, but to be in a room with people like Gina, like yourself, like Chris, like Rachel, to be in a room with you guys, and I call this a room. It's nothing but inspiration flowing all the way through these boxes, man. For real, it's inspiration and it's genuine support and love. Okay, that's what we got for each other. That's what we got for you guys out there. Genuine support and love, which is why we have Rachel here trying to help everybody out. For real, we're trying to help people to get to where they need to be, not where you want to be, but where you need to be. All right,
it's where you want to be. It's where you want to be. It's where you want to be, really, because it's where you say when you tell you when you're having a conversation. I want this. That means you're telling yourself you want something different. You just haven't made the shift that needed. Like I said to myself, like right now, as a distinguished author guild ambassador. Sorry, my bad. I forgot Gina was here because I'm used to saying it all the time. Because as an ambassador, I always speak about Distinguished Authors Guild. Now let me. I speak about an organization that is about people and their growth. I wasn't even a part of Distinguished Authors Guild last year. However, the second I said I was getting a book, the members from Distinguished Authors Guild started supporting, started asking how they could help. The cover of both of my books, Gina was the second person to see them.
Wait, so
I seen one of the covers before I sent it to Gina. My wife was at work. So when you're looking for organizations that are here to help you grow, or people that are here to help you grow, you take notice. When your mind is open, you see when to take the hand, and you also know the people that are don't mean your situation any good because your mind is set on your goal and your destination.
That's right.
So Distinguished Authors Guild, if you guys have not signed up, I gotta say it. If you have not signed up, sign up. Distinguished Author Guild is where they celebrate literary excellence. Your book, if you wrote a book, or if you are gonna have the next, they got 15 days. By the 31st, you gotta go to Distinguished Author Guild on Facebook, click the link, submit your book. You are one mindset away from being a winner, baby. You got it. Click that link.
Gina,
right, come on.
Gina, this is probably gonna be the biggest one yet. Okay, I feel great about this for real. It's gonna be the biggest one yet.
And it's so crazy because every year I always say, how can I top last year? Well, but it's always higher and higher.
This is just organic. This is organic now, so it's just gonna happen more. Let's get out of here, bro.
Man, like I was saying, that I didn't think. Let's see, I didn't think that I'd even be still knowing this guy. 50 years from now, shoot, I didn't think I'd still be, we still be kicking. But it's been it's crazy what you just said about, a job and how I've never had to go look for one. I've always had people either come and get me, say, hey, bro, come on, let's go to lunch. Go to lunch, and they make you an offer doing lunch, And I remember when me and Marianne first met, she said, did you ever have to go? Never have to go look for no job. Somebody's always hit, especially in Texas. But it's how you project yourself. I mean, if you project yourself with authority and, being really, 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 positive, it's like what I used to call a little disease. It catches on, especially if they want you around their people and you're a trainer, somebody that people listen to. So it wasn't never hard for me, to find a working job. The thing that's always been hard for me is whenever I did my independent thing, whenever I did my own thing, that was my biggest critic. My biggest critic was me. It wasn't perfect enough. you know. And that was my biggest problem with having my own thing, you know, having my own business. That it wasn't perfect enough, and that's me. But I'm getting them nuggets from my sister every Thursday, and I see you all the time, you know, and I always pop in when I can on your radio show to make some comments every once in a while.
Yes, sir.
That's our sister that comes around here and brings that knowledge to us. So I appreciate you.
I got to come on there and tell my story, Craig, because now I want to tell it, okay?
I've asked him, whenever you ready, come on down. The price is right.
Dang,
market days.
Go ahead, Gina.
You know what, Rachel always talk about being the CEO of your life.
Yeah.
You have to take that literal. You have to be the CEO of your life in all aspects. That means your relationships. That means your friendships. That means your business. That is so important, to be the CEO of your own life. And that means that you are the one making the decisions in the direction that you want to go. Not where everybody else wants you to go, but where you want to go. So take those nuggets. Man, she done handed out so many, but there's still more to come.
Hey, fill up on the nuggets, man. And while you filling up on the nuggets, man, take the nuggets with the Dope Living t-shirt on, man. All right, make sure y'all come through, hang out with us, and become a part of the family. All right. It's a beautiful thing to be in the Dope Living community, for real. Rachel, always, man, we need those CEO nuggets. We need to close up our week out on a high note, and you do that for us every week. We appreciate you, sis.
Thank you.
Man,
Are y'all ready?
The last day of the week for us. All right? Hey, it's the last day of the week for us. I ain't got no shame. Bye, baby.
What's that?
What? She said, what the what?
Me and you forever, girl. Me and you forever. Okay, that's it, man. This is Dope Living TV Live, man. We're going to see you guys on Monday, all right? Y'all have a great weekend, all right? Peace.